Well, hello. My name is Dr. Kenneth Swanson, and today we'll be discussing liberalism, how it shaped the early cultures of the 19th century, and how it predominated. Enjoy the ride. Liberalism. What is it? Deriving from the Latin term liberare, which also means to free, it is defined as, according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, the quality or state of being liberal or free. It all began to come together by a man named John Locke. Locke was considered one of the fathers of liberalism. His two treatises had built ideas that real governments are the ones that deal with the consent of their own people. Locke explains that any government that rules without the people's consent can, in theory, run down its own government.
John Locke, an interesting man indeed, also known as the father of liberalism, he was a very influential person, and many knew him as an important figure amidst the enlightened thinkers.
Liberalism helped shape the culture of the 19th century by encouraging society to not believe that they should enforce a certain code of behavior. Society also had taken note that they see themselves defending the rights of a nonconformist to express their own identity, just as long as it did not hurt any individual.
Locke tended to use the claim that men are naturally free and equal as part of the justification for understanding real political government.
In 1690, Locke had written an essay entitled Essay on Human Understanding. He mentions how the mind is considered a blank slate, and that we gradually continue to fill it throughout life with experience.
Liberalism, as we know it, has taken and set the stage for political revolutions that dominated the 18th and 19th century. Locke had mentioned through his own opinion, through the use of his essay written in 1690, entitled Essay on Human Understanding.
Locke had claimed that people are perfectly capable of governing themselves. He mentions that the human mind is, at birth, a tabula rasa, or blank slate. Our environment, what we learn, and how we learn it, fills this slate.
Liberalism started to predominate during the time of the Age of Enlightenment. The belief that there is a certain importance in liberty and the equal right began to embed itself into society, this causing ideas to be widely accepted to anyone.
This all originated from the 18th century during the Enlightenment era. Locke had a strong influence on the French Enlightenment writer, Voltaire. His works later went on to influence the future president of the U.S., Thomas.
What Dr. Belloc was trying to say was that Locke's political works were so admired that Thomas Jefferson himself had laid the basis of the Declaration of Independence straight from Locke. Some may even claim that he ripped him off.
Locke was not too big into large, intrusive government. He originally had proposed instead that each individual had the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Locke strongly believed that it was the government's job to give the people these types of liberties instead of just telling everybody what to do.
Thank you for watching my video presentation, but before I conclude, I leave you with one exam question. What important statement of our country has been based off of Locke's political work?